Hi. I think I said in the last video I posted out on YouTube that I didn't really have much more left. For some reason, not for some reason, whenever I do this, I always go out, and then the longer the hike goes on, the less and less video I take. But at any rate, this next segment, there's actually a little bit of video in there because I went to Grayson Highlands, and the first clip you're going to see was taken about 100 yards north of Thomas Knob Shelter, which is where I stayed the prior night because of the rain. Nothing wrong with staying out of the rain. And you'll see a sign, which is more or less the entrance to Grayson Highlands, and then you'll see a clip of ponies in Grayson Highlands, and then you'll see like a picture of a second sign of Grayson Highlands, which is the exit. And then I stayed at, where did I stay? Well, I stayed at Thomas Knob Shelter the night before, and then stayed at, I want to say Old Orchard, but I could be wrong about that. It's the shelter that's, I think it's Old Orchard. The next shelter, the one that's in Grayson Highlands, I think is called Wise. I stopped there and had lunch. The water source there was pretty sketchy. And then I went on to, I think it was Old Orchard Shelter, which is basically 12 miles from Thomas Knob. I went in there, set up camp, got water, made dinner. I was sitting at the picnic table eating, and there was someone else there. And she said she was eating dinner also. She said she was going to finish up dinner and hike to the next shelter. And I was thinking, you know, I probably should do the same thing, but I was too lazy to take my tent down and, you know, repack up and go. So I just stayed at Plum Orchard. And the reason I say that is partially because that piece of trail, when you're coming up to when you come out of Damascus, you about 20 miles out, you hit a pretty reasonable, healthy climb. And so you're probably pretty tuckered out by the time you get up there, although you're rewarded with lots of views. But after you make that climb from there to Thomas Knob Shelter, and then on to Wise and Old Orchard, and I think there's two after that, and then Partnership Shelter, which is at Marion. That's really really nice terrain. The trail's nice. It's more or less, you know, you never have flat trail, obviously, but relative to most of the trail, a lot of the trail that you're on, it's pretty reasonable trail. So you could probably make miles there if you really wanted to. So, not to belabor this. So, the first day in this is actually over 2 days. The first day in this is from, as I say, from Thomas Knob to Old Orchard, and then the next day is from Old Orchard to Partnership Shelter, which is the one that has the showers and they deliver the pizza and all that nonsense. And that next day, that's 24 miles. So I think that's probably the longest AT day I ever did, was the 24 miles. But recognizing that the trail is really nice. I mean, it wasn't a very easy 24 miles. And as far as from Old Orchard Shelter to Partnership Shelter, and I didn't stay at Partnership Shelter. I actually went into Marion and stayed at, I only know, Howard Johnson or something. I don't even remember what it was. But at any rate, from Old Orchard to Marion, the 24 miles, there is just one clip from the morning, and that's it. So there's really nothing filmed that day. So that's what I got. Hope you enjoy. I'm kind of explaining this one because the clips are so disjointed, even I had a hard time following them. But anyway, that's what you're going to see. Enjoy. Have a nice day, and bye. This is, I think it's just, I'm about 25 yards from Thomas Knob Shelter. It rained and thundered and stormed last night, so I decided to hide in the shelter. And it's overcast this morning, but hopefully it'll blow off a little bit. And have all these little gates, I suppose, to keep the pony out of the shelter, just like they had the spring gated off to keep the ponies from doing their business in the spring, which I appreciate. And we're right at the top of an open area. This is full of like looks like blackberries or raspberries or something. And there's no camping kind of around the shelter, but 50 yards up and 50 yards before and 50 yards after, there's plenty of camping. And my feet are feeling kind of crappy today, so I may only go 11 or 12 miles just to give them a rest. But I can decide that when I get 11 or 12 miles. All right, see you later. Morning 360, here it comes. There's a white blaze on a rock. Where'd you go?
The wrong turn.
There's some ponies down there. Right down there. Hi there, dude. How you doing? Hi there, dude. Well, this is like wild ponies galore. Oh no, they're after me. They're following me. Oh no. Oh no. Pony attack. Hi there, ponies. How you doing? Don't want to be a bother. Okay. Don't want to walk behind anybody. How you doing, Mom? I don't like this at all. I don't like walking behind horses and ponies and stuff like that. Okay, managed to get by those without getting my teeth kicked out. Later. Well, there's been a lot of nice views out here because it's this open area. I don't think that's a pony right there. Beautiful views. Later. See a little horse farm right there. This is, I don't know what this is. You always tell when you're near a road. In fact, the better the road, the bridges and the trail maintenance gets to be really, really sophisticated. Sorry for the fast turn. As I said, when you're near the road, the bridges get really fancy. Trail goes up that way. Right there. Cool rock formation. Look at this tree hanging over the edge. It really would take much to put that thing down. And here comes a fast turn. Good morning. It's another day in the woods. I think yesterday was Grayson Highlands, so there was a lot of hiking in the open, which was a nice change. I think I filmed a little more yesterday than I have any other day. Oh, I can never remember the names of these shelters. I guess because I don't really care all that much. Later.